Live from Detroit, Michigan, USA. In my house. In my house. In my house. Hosted by T. Carlita. In my house. Hosted by T. Carlita. Hosted by T. Carlita. Hosted by T. Carlita. Live from Detroit, Michigan, USA. Live. In my house. In my house. Hosted by T. Carlita. Where the true stories are told and great music is played. Welcome to another episode of the In My House Techno Music Show. I am your host, T. Carlita, and today we are listening and gonna feature some new music coming to you from Detroit, France, Egypt, and Switzerland. I get a lot of emails and there's a lot of new music that comes through, so I always try my best to play as much of it as I can, and I actually sat down and listen to quite a few new music. So today we're going to bring out some of that new music that's circulating around the globe. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope if you like it, I hope you add it to your DJ list, add it to your playlist, and add it to your iPad, your iPhones, or however you listen to your music. So for now, let's get off into this new music by EDX Socials called All I Know, and they come from Switzerland. Enjoy. You are In My House, hosted by T. Carlita, where the true stories are told and great music is played. Have to give a huge shout out to my man Black Tony for creating the new official In My House Techno Music Show theme song. He actually did that for me when we first started, and I just held on to it. And now it's time, because when the show first started, we were talking and I was like, you really need to have your own theme music. You need to have your own theme music. So I was nervous about it, but I guess 3 years in, I guess I got to have my own theme music. Thank you, Black Tony. And that's going to be it. The new official In My House theme song, produced and arranged and recorded and put together by my man, Black Tony. Thanks, guy. Hope you all like it, too. Feedback is good. Email me, send me a message, and tell me what you think. All right, this is T. Carlita. Enjoy the rest of the show. Check out this new music coming to you from Romania. This is Livio and Roby, Eve 1. Hope you enjoy it.
I'm Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri, and we offer taxpayers a new, free, and convenient way to make delinquent tax payments. We have taken action by joining a kiosk network located in Rite Aid pharmacies and many other locations throughout Metro Detroit. There are more than 25 locations where payments can be made at kiosks, and more locations are coming soon. We have several kiosks located in our offices to make your payments easier. It is very important for people to stay current on their payment plans. The kiosks accept credit cards, checks, or cash, and payments take just a few minutes with a simple touchscreen instruction. More than 5,000 people have used the kiosk to make payments without having to travel downtown. My office is pleased to have brought this safe, convenient, and free option to you to make staying current on your payment plans easier. Please visit wctkiosk.com for a list of locations. You can also pay delinquent taxes online at treasurer.waynecounty.com or by calling 313-224-5990.
You are In My House, hosted by T. Carlita, where the true stories are told and great music is played. And now from the archives, Rick the Godson Wilhite.
Although he may not
be talked about as his DJ peers and fellow three-chair collaborators Kenny Dixon Jr. and Theo Parrish, there's no doubt Rick the Godson Wilhite is definitely one of the major players in the Detroit house music industry, or the heritage, should I say. From learning the ropes of the vinyl industry at Buy-Right record store, or through Buy-Right Music as it was called, to heading up his own Vibes New and Rare compilations. It is my honor and pleasure to interview the Godson on tonight's show. Hey, Rick.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Thank you so much for coming. Let's shake hands and make it official.
Okay. Officially done.
Godson. All right. So let's just jump right into it.
Okay.
So how are things going on in the world of Rick the Godson Wilhite?
Things in the world.
You got your own world, you know.
Well, the world is that's kind of like, it's very vast. Well, coming up, I'll start there.
There you go. All right, that's
coming
cool.
up. We have the future coming. In the future, in May, I'm playing at the festival. 3:30 or 3 to 4:30 or something p.m. on Saturday.
Okay.
On the
what stage? Do you
Disclosure stage, actually.
Oh.
Disclosure, yeah. I believe it's part of Red Bull stage too.
Is that the what? Well, that's probably the one near the water. Maybe we don't. Or do you know the layout?
I don't know if it's changed or not. But,
okay.
But I mean, that's going to be a very nice showcase stage there. And then after party, of course, there's a lot of
yes, there are.
But we have a special.
Okay.
Myself, Bruce Bailey, Meeks, DJ Meeks, DJ Piranha Head, John Collins, Charisma, and Quentin Harris. After party.
Whoa, I gotta be there.
That's at the Drive Social Club.
Okay.
The Knopscott building.
Okay.
So that's that.
Nice.
And then also, a few fellas, 3 chairs. We have a party on Friday.
Okay.
What's that? The 22nd of May, which will be that Friday before the festival. That's actually at the Julian Madison building on the 6th floor, the penthouse floor.
Okay.
We have Josh Milan opening up for us, and that's going to be a great party there. We haven't played together in the city for a second, outside of just a couple things here and there. We pop up, but this should be a good party. And then, some other little this and that's. A new bang party as well, which is a lot of people that's included in the new bang party. That's at the Mix Lounge on Monday.
Okay.
So outside, well, I don't know if you know who's all in new bang, but it's a pretty big DJ collective. So
so you started out as far as your career goes, because it says that you learned the ropes through Buy-Right Music. So you were under the tutelage of who during that time?
Who was the it?
We never reveal our sources.
Oh, okay. Okay, well,
is that true?
I mean, it's partly true.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
That's most definitely partly true. Yes, but
you were in diapers then, and they brought you up and raised you into a vinyl man or something.
No, not quite. No, I mean it's a lot happening with that. I mean, it's when I was very young, like riding bikes before you get a permit for a car and all that kind of stuff. Most of my journeys were up to the record store with the different ones. It's a whole lot of them, especially on the west side. But once I got to Buy-Right, there was always something I had to buy that was like different than any other store carried. So that always drew me to the store almost every week. So that's like part of the beginning of me ended up actually being in Bayreuth personally. You know what I'm saying? It was like a no-brainer. Like, you know, it's like you spend more time up here than you know anybody I know. You know, I always see you, and you know, and you know this music. So
nice.
For him to bring me in, it was, you know, meeting this person, meeting that person, and so many people came to Bayreuth. I mean, just the best thing I remember about Record Store in Bayreuth is there would always be a celebrity, quote unquote, music artist coming in, you know. And I remember one time it was a line down the street because a diva came to the store to do signing some posters and stuff like that. And it was a line down the street, and it was like a club, you know what I mean? It was
wow.
It was amazing. And then, you know, after that, it was more and more people coming in, but that was like, it was a lot of, you know, who's who was in the store at that time. So that was cool. And you know, when Mojo used to come in there, people didn't know who he was. And they were like, you know, the other days walking around in the store, and it's like, you know, and just, oh my God, Ken Collier coming in, and
so that was the place, huh?
It was, I mean, just, yeah, it was a place. It was a place, and it was, without it in my life, I probably wouldn't be halfway where I am right now. So guaranteed that was, you know, 75% of basic knowledge of truth, but you know, it's a little bit more that happened.
But that's a good part of the solid foundation.
Definitely a good part of the foundation. So,
okay,
yeah,
sweet. So let's talk about the Godson.
Okay.
So how did you get that name?
How did I get that name?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, growing up, I had different names of DJing. Tech 12, DJ DOC, Working Mix Rick. Oh my God, I got a couple other ones.
Okay.
But the point about it, the Godson is, you know, a lot of people just use their name, and some people just go by something, whatever it is, DJ Rocket Ship or whatever. But the Godson is basically, I chose that because of, well, you know, Godson is pretty much known for family. Has something to do with family. And everyone around me, like I had explained to Hump, I said 33, 4 years of this, I've been around a lot of people close and personal. And I've watched everybody come from what they were into what they are or are not anymore. I've watched it change. I've watched, you know, everything evolve. And I pretty much, since I have that experience and knowledge, I have to have a word for it. So Godfather is too powerful for it to be me because, number one, it's an age factor with that name. And there's only certain people that can carry that name, technically, to a point to where you can agree with it. Some people have used that name the wrong way.
Okay.
But to really call themselves that, you have to have a lot to base your fact on. Why you call yourself Godfather? So with the Godson, it puts me to a better age bracket where I can say I have at least most of that knowledge, most of that experience, but not all. And I can't go any further but up, you know, so the further I go, the more I know.
There you go.
So I just acquired it in, and since God, the first name of it is such a large name, it's for the experience that I have been creating and just, you know, going through my life of events, how can you say, just definitely the music industry, period. Just watching it change and everything like that. it's a it needs a name. So that's why I kind of like, and I don't want to belittle anybody. I don't want to put myself above anybody. If you know me and know how long I've been doing a lot of this stuff, and how many people are very good, close, personal friends of mine, I just believe it's a name that doesn't fit anybody, and it's only one person can carry it. That's really worth carrying that name,
right? Okay,
in that aspect, you know what I mean? So
nice. Let me double check over here for a second, make sure before I go into the other part. All right, cool. Okay, so let's talk about your multiple collaborations.
Multiple collabs.
Yeah.
Compilations.
Yeah. So when you do a compilation, when you do your compilations, what do you look for? Like, how do you pick and choose? You got Raybone, you got John Easley, you've done work with Moody Man. How do you? And those are some strong names. So how do you pick who you're going to do a compilation with? How do they make the cut, I guess is a good way to say it.
Well, okay. That's like, asking KFC what's the 11 herbs and spices. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to say it like this. Basically, there's so much music that comes into my life from people around me. And, I believe it should be out. So I just decided to basically compile as much music as I can from people that should have some music out that, not necessarily is brand new music. And that's one thing about the compilations. The music that's on, especially the first Vibes Comp, the Vibes Comp Part 2, that's the second version of it.
Oh, this is 2.
Yeah, that's Part 2.
This is Part 2.
And but the first one, there's also another one called Connecting the Compass, which is another compilation. It's only vinyl though, but all of these compilations are based on music that should be out by these people, period. And if they're a well-known artist, which like the first Vibes Comp, it has Glenn Underground, Marcellus Pittman, Theo Parrish. It also has T.J. Dumas and Raybone. It has, I believe, me and Raybone, Kyle Hall. Actually, Kyle Hall, one of his first productions is on the Vibes compilation. I mean, it's just like, for instance, the Kyle Hall situation. It was like, this guy needs to be heard. He's gonna, be a good DJ and a good producer coming up, and this needs to be out. You know what I mean? It doesn't need to be, coming out later on or never even happening. You need to hear him. I think his track on the Vibes Comp, I believe he was 15 or 16 when he made it.
Wow.
So, you know what I mean?
Right.
Nobody would take chances on
True.
Putting out music with people like.
And boy, that young guy is amazing
Yeah.
now. Woo!
And it's been some years now because he's like 20 something.
Yeah, he is amazing
damn, I'm just
now.
watching
Yes, that's awesome.
And his dad and everything, and Darnell Small and the club. It's like my whole life I've been DJing pretty much with his father, through parties throughout the cities, through the mid 80s, 90s, 2000s,
Mm-hmm.
And here it is, his son is like, wow,
Yes, I'm proud of him. I saw him during movement
Okay.
at the Works.
Yeah.
Didn't know who he was.
Okay.
And he was on the patio deck outside.
Okay.
And he pulled them vinyl. He's young too. And I'm looking at this young guy work the vinyl record. I was like, who is that guy?
Yeah.
And then Ray was like, "That's my nephew." I'm like, "Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing." Yeah, you did good on that one.
Okay. Well, I'm
You
glad.
did good on that one for sure.
Yeah, I'm glad it worked out.
Right. So let's talk about you got your own thing
My
now.
own album,
Let's
yeah.
talk about that. After all working around everybody else, you were motivated to do something on your own, eh?
Yeah.
What's this called? This is called Analog Aquarius. Okay.
Aquarium.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Analog Aquarium.
Yes.
Got it right. Thank you very much.
The Tank of Music.
The tank of music. Okay.
Yes. Pretty much. I mean, it's on Steel Music. Let's just start off with that. And basically, the guy that's behind Steel Music name is Jerome Daraji. And he really pressed me to put an album out. He's the one that said, I just need to do it. I never really wanted to do an album. I just always wanted just to either remix stuff, edit it, just be somebody in the shadows, you know what I mean? And just, I'm happy with that. But he was like, no, you just go ahead and just put out an album, something that you really want people to hear. And I said, okay. So, bam, I started just thinking. It took a minute for me to get it together because I really didn't know what tracks I wanted to put on it or what I wanted to do. But me and Billy Love was just think of some stuff, and I just started making some music, and it just started sounding good. So, so
And they say the rest is
right. The rest is, and one of the tracks, me and Osalade and Theo Parrish,
nice,
were in a Red Bull Music Academy, and that's kind of like where that song sprouted out of.
Okay, that's the first track. Blame It on the Boogie.
Blame It on the Boogie.
Okay, well, we're gonna get into Blame It on the Boogie.
Okay.
That's what we're gonna get off into that on the flip side after we finish. We're gonna let the world hear Blame It on the Boogie, and then I'll surf the other tracks and back it up with something else.
Okay.
Or swim through, rather. How about that?
Hey.
So how can people reach you?
How can they reach me? Well,
Or do you want to be reached?
No, it depends on, I'm not really open just to be reached. But I'm probably more available than anybody else around here. So
Okay.
Y'all
know where to find him. He's around. You'll see him when you see him.
Yeah,
Holler at him when you see him.
But still, if you look at the book me, you can use Cleo at mahogany.com, and that's CLEO.
Okay.
If you had to have it,
Okay.
and mahogany is spelled with it N-I and not a.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
All right.
And other than that, Beautiful Sunday.
Yeah.
You can always catch me at Beautiful Sunday.
Motor City Wild.
That is every third Sunday of the month.
Okay.
There's a couple.
This portion of the In My House Techno Music Show is brought to you by Miko Events and Designs, specializing in events of all occasions and floral designs for your many needs, weddings, funerals, birthdays. Let Miko design and let your room come to life through Miko's Events and Designs. That's Miko Events and Designs. Find her on Facebook, follow her on Instagram. To get in touch with Miko, she can be reached 586-222-9752. That's 586-222-9752. Or email mikoeventsdesigns@yahoo.com. Miko Events Designs, thank you so much for being a proud supporter of the In My House Techno Music Show. New music from Detroit, featuring a lady named Tracy, or actually it's by a lady named Tracy. Check it out. You are In My House, hosted by Carlita, where the true stories are told and great music is played.
Streisand.
Dame circle the black key, dame jam happy with the girl them at me happy.
Bésame, bésame, bésame otra vez. Et puis place à la folie, bébé t'es si jolie. Dénudé sur le lit, je ne veux plus qu'on ralentisse.
Mamita loca, cosita linda, con ese cuerpo es que tú te vestirás.
Mets sur l'écho devant, sur l'écho derrière. Did you know, did you know?
Would you be the most beautiful girl in the world?
Move your ass.
Tell me where the freaks at.
We're just getting started.
Scorpio Music, making music for generations since 1976. Thank you all for playing our songs. New music by way of Cairo, Egypt. Hope you like it. You are in my house, hosted by T. Carlita, where the true stories are told and great music is played. that concludes this week's episode of the In My House Techno Music Show. I am your host, T. Carlita. And mark your calendar, and I hope to see you at some of these events coming up. This Thursday at the Whiskey Parlor, Dissonant Melodies presents Spring Chicks Part 2, featuring Super Dre and Dos Lopez on the ones and twos. Check that out. Hope to see you there. Also, be sure to save the date, Friday, May 26th. 2 turntables and a mixer, our annual 5-hour live broadcast show. So check that out. Information is on our Facebook page. And Saturday, June the 3rd, come out and party with me for my Purple Life celebration. It's a graduation / birthday party for myself, and it's been a long road, but I'm really grateful and happy to have finally done that and achieved such an accomplishment. We'll be partying at Minjo's 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. Doors open at 9 with case managers. And that information is also on our Facebook page as well as on this website as well. So for now, this is T. Carlita checking out. Enjoy some more music, and I'll see you next week. You are In My House, hosted by T. Carlita, where the true stories are told and great music is played. New music from France. Ou, je devrais dire, de la nouvelle musique de la France.